Good Monday morning, scholars. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It was a little chilly, but it was beautiful outside. It's going to be a great week here this week at Dacusville Elementary. Now, we have finished up the third 9 weeks, and we are getting ready to roll on fourth 9 weeks. It's our last quarter of the school year. It's hard to believe that three-fourths of the year, for those of you studying fractions, is behind us, and we just have a fourth left. So I encourage you to make the next 45 days of school count. Let's work extremely hard with following our respectful, responsible, and ready, the three R's there, and do your best each and every day. This week in our positivity project, we are going to be learning about identifying and appreciating the good in others. A lot of times we hear a lot of negative things, so we sometimes get to looking at the negative side of people and the negative side of our world. We're going to focus on finding the good. So to identify and appreciate the good in others, we must first slow down and take the time to pay attention. Sometimes it's easier to blame others for our problems or find flaws in others to use as excuses for our own jealousy and bitterness. The problem is that this negativity usually leads to problems for ourselves and for the other person and for our relationships. So remember, a person can demonstrate the other people mindset every single day. As you go through your day, be sure to look for opportunities where you can identify and appreciate the good in others. Speaking of appreciating the good in others, I want to recognize some students who've been nominated as Distinguished Dolphins. First of all, I want to start with Raylan Aiken from Miss Biko's class for showing the character strength of perseverance. Miss Biko says that Raylan works hard to complete her work. She is very diligent in trying to get it done. Very proud of you there, Raylan. Another one from Miss Biko's class, Caroline Brown, for showing the character strength of optimism. She says that Caroline always has a smile on her face, and she includes others easily, and she loves to laugh. Great job there, Caroline. Very proud of you. Next is Lola Cawthon from Miss Abatello's homeroom. Miss Abatello did the nomination for kindness. She says that Lola has shown kindness by helping keep the classroom organized and clean. This week, she has stacked chairs that were left down and straightened up the rows of desks at the end of the day without being asked. That's important. Her kind actions make a huge difference. So proud of you, Lola. Thank you for being so helpful and kind. Next is Dawson Sorrells from Miss Keeper's classroom, and Miss Keeper nominated Dawson for showing integrity. She said that Dawson showed the character strength of integrity last week while on the playground. He picked up trash off the playground and put it in the trash can when no one was even watching. Way to go, Dawson. Thanks for helping to keep our playground clean. Very proud of you. Next is Caden Ligon from Miss Keeper's class for showing kindness. She says that Caden shows kindness each day to Miss Keeper by stopping by her room on his way to his classroom to give her a hug and tell her, have a good day. That is extremely sweet of you, and man, we need more folks to do those kinds of things. Next is Weston Clark from Miss G's homeroom for showing the character strength of leadership. She says that Weston volunteered to help out with our new classroom robots. He turns them on in the mornings and gets them ready for centers for his classmates. He also shuts them down at the end of the day so that I don't have to worry about it. Excellent job, Weston. Way to be taking some leadership and being a good helper. Next, we have Aubrey Moore from Miss G's homeroom for showing kindness. She says, Aubrey is kind to all her classmates. If someone needs something, she is the first one to help them. She displays kindness because she truly cares about how others feel. If she sees someone upset or struggling, she is the first to come to Miss G and let her know. Man, awesome job. I'm so very, very proud of all of our Distinguished Dolphin students. I'm going to make an announcement sometime today and call down our February folks. I promised you that we would do this, and we'll have that breakfast tomorrow for you guys. So be listening if your name is called over the loudspeaker sometime today to come get your ticket for that breakfast in the morning. Today is March the 20th, and believe it or not, we do not have any student birthdays or staff birthdays. So very rare occasion where we don't have any birthdays on a single school day. Now, the last thing that I want to talk to you about, this is really for third, fourth, and fifth right now, because third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders, this week we take an important test. It's our spring map test. Now, you've taken this test in the fall, you took it in the winter, and now it's time to take it in the spring. We do this 3 times a year, and the reason why is we want to see where you are at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, and toward the end of the year. What are we looking for? We're looking for growth. We're looking to see that you've been working hard, and we want to know how you've progressed, and we want to see how much growth you've made from the beginning of the year till now. Now, I know all of your teachers have talked with you about setting goals. They have a goal that's for you, and then they've also talked about stretch goals, which means just like that term, it's just like, here's where we think we can be. Now let's stretch it a little bit further and see if we can reach this goal. So all of you should know your goal and your stretch goal. I wanted to say thank you to all of our teachers for making sure that students know that. Here's the thing that I always say about any kind of test that you have to take. The only thing that we ask of you is that you do your very best. That's it. Take your time, work through those problems, persevere. That's one of our character strengths. Have some grit. They're not gonna always be easy. You're gonna have to work through those, but do your very, very best, because the information we get from these tests really help us know where you are. We know it gives us information about what you're good at and where your strengths are. It gives us information about where you might need some extra support and help. So the only way that the information, the data that we get from the test is accurate to help you is if you take your time and do your very best. So I encourage you to do that. Please take your time, do your very best, and so you can be proud of your effort, and then we can see how much you've grown from fall to winter and now spring. So I am excited to see the growth. Can't wait to see the scores and how many of you are able to meet your goal and your stretch goal there. That's what we're looking for. So it's going to be a great week this week. We just have a couple of weeks before we get out for spring break. So let's make these weeks count. That's all for the morning announcements. At this time, if you would, please stand for the pledge. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please pause for a moment of silence. Thank you so much, and I hope everyone has a marvelous Monday.